Normandie, and Manchester at one of our favorite Los Angeles chicken spots. Louisiana.
The most notable Louisiana.
I guess so. I guess we got about three main ones. We got Church's, we got Popeyes, and Louisiana. And unfortunately, I was sitting here talking with Matt Ronald.
KFC.
That's like corporate America.
You talking about hood?
Yeah, like hood spots. Yeah.
All right.
Now I was talking with Matt Ronald yesterday. We did a episode of Streets and Scholars, and there used to be a fourth one that was black owned called Golden Bird. But Golden Bird kind of fell off.
They still got one.
They still got a couple, huh?
135th and Avalon.
Damn, the one on Normandie and Adams, man, they shut that one down. And Matt Ronald was telling me the very first one was the one on Adams, the very first Golden Bird. So we still got Church's, Louisiana, and Popeyes. And of those three, which ones do you mess with the most?
Louisiana.
See, I mess with the Churches because there's one right on 48th and Crenshaw, and that was close to one of my cribs.
Honestly, I think it might be Popeyes because there's more of them.
Now the Popeyes on Western, and I mess with the Popeyes on Western and Vernon. No, Western and King.
Yeah, I'm not going on Western and Vernon.
No, the Western and Vernon don't got nothing.
Yeah, they got
they got a Master Burger. Yeah. They used to have McGee's Donuts where that Master Burger's at, but I don't know, they got rid of that. But the Popeyes on King and Western, you remember when there was like this, I don't know, it was just like this rush for chicken sandwiches a few years ago?
Yeah.
What was that all about, man?
I don't know. The internet is powerful.
Because there was a line at the King and Western, the drive-through line.
At all the Popeyes.
Was going all the way around the corner.
All the Popeyes, bro. The internet is powerful, bro. They did the same thing with the patty pies.
Yeah. So the Louisiana one, I really don't mess with them that much because one thing is I realized the Louisiana ones are always mixed in by Chinese food, right? It's always some Chinese food and Louisiana chicken.
Yeah, that be mixed, that be crossed like the same way you'll see at McDonald's with a gas station.
Yeah.
You'll see a Louisiana mixed with a Chinese food place.
And I swear I ate a Louisiana chicken sandwich one day and it tasted like Chinese food.
Well, the thing about Louisiana, all of them don't taste the same. Every Louisiana is different. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like a McDonald's or a Burger King. Every burger will taste the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? Places like Louisiana, all of them gonna be different.
So I think it's fair to say that these victims at this Louisiana chicken spot have not been identified. And I hate to go off of stereotypes, bro, but it's a good probability that they was all black.
I think it's a good probability they didn't gangbang because I ain't heard nothing. You know, the streets talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Manchester and Normandie is right up the street from my community.
All right. I got an article here. It's called At Least One Dead After 5 People Shot in L.A. Now, that's a serious shooting. 5 people were shot by 2 suspects in a Los Angeles neighborhood, and at least 1 person was killed. According to the LAPD, officers responded to the 1400 block of Manchester Avenue. They're calling this community Gramercy Park after reports of gunfire at 6:45 p.m. So it wasn't that late, pretty early in the evening. Upon arrival, officers located 4 victims with gunshot wounds, an LAPD spokesman said, adding that all 4 victims were men. According to the reports, there were 2 suspects that opened fire, striking the victims. The suspects fled on foot before getting into a getaway car. The 4 victims found at the scene were taken to the hospital, and another victim self-transported, bringing the total number of victims to 5. One of the victims later died. It doesn't say whether if it was the self-transported victim or one of the other 4. One died. The remaining 4 were still hospitalized, and their conditions were not immediately known. Police have not released descriptions of the suspects. Video from the scene taken shortly after the incident shows officers blocking off the front of a fried chicken restaurant near Manchester Boulevard in Normandie. And, of course, they're not going to give Louisiana any free advertisement in the article.
That ain't good advertisement anyway.
Yeah. Hey, when it says here that the 2 suspects walked up on foot and ran away, I was thinking, damn, could they have been Latino? But blacks do that too, though. Blacks will walk up.
Man, you crazy, man. He said couldn't. Man, bro, that like drive-by, although they still happen, they frowned upon these days.
Yeah, but that's how Big U's son got Big U's son got
that
killed.
wasn't a drive-by. He walked up to the car.
Yeah, but
It's not a drive-by.
I guess it's not a drive-by, but he shot from the car. Didn't get out the car. I think technically that might be considered a drive-by. Anytime you shoot and kill someone through a car without getting out, and you spat out, that's a drive-by to me.
Hispanics ain't the only ones bouncing out. And then how do you do a drive-by on a main street like Manchester?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that they're the only one.
What's the how many miles could you go on the main street?
35.
You can go 35 down the street, busting out the window. Like,
I mean, you're not gonna do the speed limit, and then all you gotta do is hit a couple corners, make a left or right on the back streets. Hopefully, no one has Ring cameras on those on those blocks. But obviously, everybody there's a Ring camera on every block.
right.
But if you take a path that they don't know you took, then that Ring camera will never be produced. So, turn left here, turn right there, turn left, go straight, go straight, go straight. Maybe do a U-turn, then turn left, turn right, and then get out of there. You might get away.
Them people was probably innocent because it's always a wild line outside that Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? A large line.
Oh, you're saying that the 5 victims might just be innocent bystanders?
Called strays. You know what I mean? At least 4 of them called strays. Probably 1 attended. Because that line is always crazy because the inside is very small. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I never go to that one.
It's very small, so like the line always gonna be outside. That's crazy.
Some breaking news out of South LA where at least 5 people have been shot.
Let's go up to Gil Lavis overhead in Sky 5. Gil.
Lauren and Lou, you're looking at the intersection of Manchester and Figueroa here. The shooting happened right around 2:30 this afternoon. LAPD 77th Division responded here. As I zoom in, you can see Figueroa is shut down at Manchester. The shooting happened just north of that intersection in this strip mall. You can see that the LAPD has this area cordoned off here. 5 people, as you said, were shot, were transported to a local hospital. Their conditions right now are unknown to us. But again, a large crime scene has been set up here, and it looks like for now, Figueroa is going to be shut down as a result of this shooting. That's the latest overhead up in Sky 5. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
Now, I understand that Latinos don't own the walk-up shooting. Eazy-E had a line in a 1988 song where he says, F a drive-by, I walk up, So it is widely used by blacks as well, but blacks did popularize the drive-by shooting in the 80s.
Oh, then the mobsters, dude.
Well, if you go back to the Tommy gun days in the, let me see, what decade would that have been? Like the 30s? They did drive-bys where they were standing on the side rail of the car and shooting. But in terms of modern times in the 1980s, it was the Bloods and Crips, man.
Hey, even on Boys in the Hood when he bust out the window and killed Ricky, that wasn't a drive-by.
Well, he pulled up in a red car. Didn't he pull up in a red car?
Drive-by is driving past, busting out the window.
I mean, but when you do a drive-by, you have to slow down for accuracy.
Man, on Boys in the Hood, they came to a complete stop.
If you want to get real accurate, you have to come to a complete stop.
Yeah.
It's very difficult shooting out of a moving car.
No, but the mobsters, they popularized drive-bys.
No, they did. They did in the 30s and 40s with the Tommy gun.
Right.
But then, it kind of died down. Throughout the 60s and 70s, there was really that type of shooting wasn't happening.
There was a lot of fist fighting, getting hit with bats and chains back then.
And getting stabbed.
Right.
And getting stabbed to death, And then when the 80s hit, boom, back to drive-bys. Yeah. I was looking at the data on homicides in LA, and I was surprised to learn that 20% of homicide victims are stabbed. I thought that number would be smaller. So 1 out of every 5 people that get killed is killed by either a knife or what they call blunt force trauma, where you're just using your hand, strangle, choking, a knife, a non-gun, a non-weapon, a non-firearm, I should say. A knife is a weapon. but a non-firearm. I always thought that number was higher. So that let me, I believe that if we got rid of guns, of course, knife violence would increase. I just think the gun makes it easy to kill somebody. I don't think it's going to reduce killing. So you're not calling the boys in the hood a drive-by because he came to a complete stop, busted, and then drove off.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't call that a drive-by.
No, that's still a drive-by. That's definitely a drive-by. You never got out the car. You had that shotgun leaning out the front seat.
So what would be the difference if he was standing right in front of the door, standing straight up, doing the same thing?
Because he would have to walk there.
No. If he still from a distance, standing straight up outside the car and did the same thing he did sitting down, like what's the difference?
Oh, you mean like got out the car?
Yeah, if he like opened the door, stood all the way up, and just did what he did and hopped back in the car, like what's the difference? Because that car came to a complete stop.
Yeah, well,
it seemed like he almost, how like people like squinch one of their eyes so they could see good out there. It seemed like he almost did that. You feel me? And blew Ricky back out.
Yeah, I don't know what you would call that because I don't even think that really happens.
It happens.
You pull up right in front of the target and get out the car, and then just shoot from right there.
I'm asking what would be the difference, because you wouldn't call that a drive-by, but what would be the difference from what he did sitting right in the thing, came to a complete stop and did that? What would be the difference from that and him just opening the door, standing straight up?
Okay,
I don't call it a drive-by.
The difference would be that if you were to receive return fire, it makes it that much harder now to get away. Because now you got to turn around, open the door, get back in the car, and drive off.
Yeah, but the whole thing is drive-bys is your car's in motion and you shooting.
Well, you have to slow down to shoot. You definitely have to slow down to shoot.
If it's in motion, that's a drive-by. What they did on Boys in the Hood, that was not a drive-by. Just coming to a complete stop, shooting and pulling off. And I send my condolences to the person that lost his life, and get well soon to all the other parties, because it seems like we kind of play with the you know what I mean? But we just touching on the concept of a drive-by.
Yeah, but this area is ETG, Tray Gangster Crip area. I looked up the victims to see if they identified the victims, and so far, for whatever reason, they're not identifying the victim that passed. So they're deferring it at the moment. I got an update on that victim from that quintuple shooting. His name was Avery Newman. He was 36 years old. According to the coroner's website, he died as a result of multiple gunshot wounds at the hospital. And I found his Instagram page. This is it right here. He was an actor, a model, and he doesn't appear to be involved in any street activity. So I don't know what the motive was, why Mr. Newman was shot and killed. And here's a short video of him from his Instagram page. Appears that he's in Vegas walking around a hotel lobby. And if you notice on the back of his shirt, it says uplift, motivate, inspire. Rest in peace to this young brother. Don't know why. I guess we'll know in the next few days whether it was gang related, whether it was black or Latino, and whether it was related to the ETGs as being victims. That's definitely an ETG spot. They definitely go to that spot.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? But everybody goes to that spot. Anybody could have been there.
Right.
So.